Hi, I'm Will Banthorpe and I'm here with Gym Club Solutions to show you a tutorial on back planche for rings. So this is largely a strength move, so it requires a lot of physical preparation. Obviously I wouldn't recommend using weights for very young gymnasts, but what we are going to use today is these elastics. Okay, and you can get various strengths of these. You can just buy them from any online store. Softer and stiffer elastics will give the gymnast different varying amounts of support. So you can start with a heavier elastic, and as the gymnast gets stronger, you can reduce down to the lighter ones just to progress the workload. Or vice versa, if we're pressing, then you start with a light elastic and you build it to a stronger strength elastic, so the gymnast is pressing harder through the elastic that requires more strength. So the first progression we're going to do is an elastic press, and the gymnast is going to lay down flat on their front, holding the elastic. All right, and we're going to make sure the palms of the hands are pointing down to the floor and the knuckles are on top, and then the gymnast is going to press the elastic down to the floor and slowly lower it under control back up to this position. Again, like I mentioned earlier, the stronger the elastic you use, the harder this exercise can be. It's a good idea to start light and do high reps with a small elastic, and then increase the stiffness of your elastic and decrease the reps as we go. Really good physical preparation for the elbow joint and also for the chest and for the lats and the triceps. Just generally really good upper body and very specific to back planche and rings. So the first exercise we're going to do on the rings is a tucked planche position. So the gymnast is going to start from an inverted hang, tuck, and then lower down to a horizontal position in a tuck shape. And as they get confident in that tuck shape, they can gradually start to open the hip angle, but maintaining a tuck knee position. So key points of this exercise: the gymnast is going to keep his arms completely straight, and the knuckles are going to be turned to the ceiling and the palms down to the floor, and we're looking for him to get a completely horizontal back position. So next up on our progressions list is the back planche in a straddle position. Key points here are we're going to try to make sure the gymnast keeps their chest in. What we want to try to discourage is the gymnast from doing an open or an arch planche position. We want to keep the chest round and the hips flat, so it's more progressive towards a Maltese cross later on in their gymnastics career. So chest in, heels up. Good support wise, hand on the gymnast's belly, just underneath their centre of mass, and it's just lifting them to take a slight bit of weight off if they need it. So next up we have a one leg bent planche. So this is basically 3/4 difficulty, quite advanced this one. Same points as before. Straight arms, rings turned so the palms are down, chest in and a straight body with open hips, so you're really engaging those glutes to keep your heels lifted. So we're going to bend one knee, so the foot to the knee, lower down to this position. Support hand on the belly just to lift under the centre of mass. So next up, we are going to do negative lowers for a straight body planche. So we're going to do nice, controlled, slow lower all the way through planche. As we get to the bottom, we're going to relax slightly and then drive the heels a little bit, just to help with enough momentum for the gymnast to press himself back up to the inverted hang position. Support wise, same as before. One hand on the center of mass if you need be. So slowly down, control, and then drive heels back, press back, and one more. Slowly down, drive heels, press. All right, so for our final progression for the back planche, we're going to use an elastic tied each side around a bar. All right, now the gymnast is going to hold on to the bar in under grip, so the hands will remain in the correct position. It's going to tuck up and through the elastic, and this is going to support on his hips and just take some of the weight as he holds the full back lever position. So now we're ready for the gymnast to try the complete skill, the full back planche with legs together. Most important things, again, keeping the chest in, hips flat, and using those glutes, contracting your glutes to keep your hips open, squeezing down through your traps and your chest to make sure that the body position is completely flat and horizontal, and the hips stay nice and open. So that completes our back planche tutorial. Obviously it's a strength process. Gymnasts are not just going to skip straight through those stages particularly fast, but make sure you do the conditioning regularly, probably 2 to 3 times a week is ideal, and build up through the lower levels, increase the holds and the repetitions on the lower levels before stepping up to the next stage. And always remember you can fall back to a lower level if the gymnast's struggling. But with regular training, the gymnast will make progression through that, and I don't doubt they'll have a good back planche soon. Hope that helps. Thank you.